Recording progress. I'm recording the class. So tell me,
Yes.
how long have you studied Chinese?
1 year.
Oh, so you can talk. Tell me, for example, what do they say? It's hello.
你好.
Oh, and have a goodbye.
再见.
Oh, and how about how are you?
你好嘛.
Oh, it's so difficult, but good job. Very good. Excellent to you. Well, Kevin, let me ask you a question about online classes. Do you think it's better to study online or go to school, for example, go out, go to class and study with teacher in person? So which one is better, you think? Online?
Thing is, I think it's going outside is better
Ah, so you want to go
because
to,
it has some problem with the computer.
of course,
Sometimes we study online.
of course, if there's some problems with internet, maybe laptop, computer. So of course you're right. But except for maybe internet problems. So do you prefer study online? Do you think is it good using technology for studying is good, is okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and do you think, is there actually, let's talk about the other reason that why people use technology. For example, you use your laptop, your tablet for studying, for searching, surfing the internet. Why do people normally use technology, you think? For example, why do your parents use their smartphones, their mobile phones, or laptop?
They use mobile phone and laptop to work.
Yeah, okay, of course. So most of people use uh, technology for work. So, and tell me about social media, like for example, Instagram, like Twitter, Facebook. So people normally have accounts on this platform, like social media, like for example, Instagram, like Twitter, like such as Facebook. Do you have?
I don't have Facebook.
Okay, so what do you have? Do you have an account on social media?
Um,
No? Of course it's good. You don't need to have. It's not really good to have if you don't use it. Well, so most of people, we can say that
but
most of,
sometimes I don't have social media, so sometimes I just take my phone and go to um and watch news in my phone.
yeah, of course. So you, okay, so you get some news. So you access the new,
Sometimes.
yeah. So you access the news what your phone. That's great. So you use your phone to get some news. Okay, that's great. So actually, it's really important when you want to read something on a website or you want to join, okay, or for example, you want to create an account, a social media account, of course, you will have a password and PIN. So let me share my screen. Wait, I need to share my screen. Okay, well, so let me show you something, first of all. Here, look. Okay, I need to. Okay, where am I? Okay, here.
À,
Let me. Okay, let us see. Oh,
I have the password. Teacher, I
of
have a
course.
password on my phone.
Yeah, okay. And why it's important not to
Uh,
share your password with anyone. Keep it
uh,
secret, so and not to share it. Why it's really important not to share it.
it's to protect our information.
Of course, to save and to product, of course, very good, because there are some hackers. And you know what it means? A hacker is a person who uses computer and internet, okay, to
And
actually make
internet
some problems. Yeah, for example, to make some technical problems, okay? They hack your system and they get your information. For example, they can get the information of your bank account so that they can steal money. Or, for example, they do some bad things, commit some crimes because they know how to use internet systems and network, okay, and how to get people's information. So that's really important to keep your password, not to
keep
share, yeah, of course, save and not to, it's like a secret. You need to keep it as secret and not to share it with anyone. Well, and now, and sometimes, Keva, when you have problem with Wi-Fi, okay, so for example, oh, teacher, internet has problem per connection. Okay, so there is problem with Wi-Fi. I don't know, something wrong with it, maybe per connection or connection loss. You can use your hotspot. Hotspot means your mobile data internet. So you can share your mobile internet and you can use it. For example, I share my mobile internet, okay, with my computer and I use it. And I use it like Wi-Fi, okay? So that I can have internet. Now, let's talk about, do you remember last session we were at the beginning part, okay, and now what are the risks? Keva, could you read the first one?
uh, 10 or 23% of people said they have shared password with a friend. Six,
Yeah. Oh,
what
sorry.
teacher?
Okay, so just keep going. Just I asked you to read.
60% of people use the same password on more than one website.
Oh, is it okay, Keva? So maybe
So
some
not
people,
okay, teacher.
of course, of
We
course.
can we cannot share our password to our friend.
Yeah, of
Because
course, we shouldn't.
they can share our password to another hacker.
Yeah, of course, of course. So we shouldn't share our password with actually with anyone, not friend, no one. Okay, teens. Okay, teen means, let me write it here. Teenager. You are a teenager, Keva. You are a teen. It means the age of between, for example, 10 to 16, okay? You are teenagers, and briefly we say teens. Teens put a lot of, could you read it, please?
A teenager. Teens put a lot of information and social media. 75% use their full name. 54% post their date of birth, and 23% 48% post the name of the school.
Oh, so
And
yeah, so we shouldn't
they
put,
they
yeah,
they said with the hacker that they full name, the
of
date of the
course.
birth, and they some children have a account like
Oh,
my friend,
yeah,
and they
your
will
friend
share
has an
the name.
account?
Yes, and they share their school.
Oh, so it's not good. So, of course, they share lots of information, like put lots of information like photos, or for example, like names, family names, age, okay, date of birth, or school address sometimes, okay, where they live. On social media like Instagram, that of course it's not good. 54% of people post their date of birth, and 23 to 48% post the name of their school. So why? Maybe a bad guy see your information and follow you, find you. So it's not good. Okay, the next one. The next one, could you read?
Oh, teacher, that is the pottery down there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get what you said. Would you say again?
That
This
is
one?
another pot.
I think
Um,
you, yeah, this one.
most of us don't think about shoulder surface. People who try to look at screens to get a PIN, password, and another data. However, 20% of us say we have a screen provides information on a person's screen without trying.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, let's talk about this one. Shoulder surfer. People who try to look at the screens to get pin. For example, you are walking and you know someone, just behind you, looking at your screen so that they can get your information. So they want to get a PIN and password. Okay, what's the difference between PIN and password, Keva? PIN is shorter than password. Normally, password consists of actually letters and numbers. It's long.
Letter and
Yeah,
number or some
of course, but
drawing to guess password.
yeah, but but pin is shorter, maybe for figures, just numbers. Okay, it's shorter than password. So, what is shoulder surfing? That's a situation where the attacker, someone who wants to attack or actually get your information, actually just physically view your device screen and your keyboard and get some personal information, your personal information. So hackers, maybe this person is hacker so that they can hack your system, okay? So that's really important. Okay, when working with your system, laptop, okay, not not allow anyone to see your screen and keyboard and your password and pin. Your data, information, data means information. However, 20% of of us, okay, I'm sorry, say we have seen private information on person's screen without trying. We just, suddenly, accidentally. So 20% of us. So maybe sometimes we don't mean, but we share our information. Okay, the next one. Most of us,
Version. Most of us still public Wi-Fi's hotspots. That's an incredible 40, 89% of them are open and secured.
yeah.
That's great for hacker.
Yeah, of course, unsecured, it means not safe. Not secure, not
Yeah,
safe.
I know it.
So, why? Because when you share, For example, your Wi-Fi, actually, people normally use Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi hotspot. So you go to a cafe and you can use the Wi-Fi. So, and as you know, so everyone has a password and it's something like, no, it's not safe. So, and it's great for hackers so they can hack your system. Okay. And this one,
Finish is when we receive email, which ask us to send provide information or trick us to click on link that is still virus or scyware. 76% of people click on this link. That
oh,
is not many, but it is enough to make the hacker happy.
oh.
Ah, I know it.
So
The
phishing, can you see us like, phishing is when we receive an email which asks us to send private information. They want to trick us. Okay, and when you click on link and you get some viruses on your system. You get some viruses on your system or spyware, okay? So spyware, so that's really important. For example, the cloud. So it's really important not to click.
Bánh gì? Đây cái bánh chè này.
Okay, keep going. Continue.
Mm-mm.
Okay, wow. So phishing is when someone sends you a link and you click on the link and they actually, some viruses are
Teacher,
installed. What?
but sometimes the hacker gave the link of the game
Of course,
for
yes.
for the children because
Yeah,
they know the children like to play games.
yeah, of course. They
So
send
when they click at the game,
on.
some hacker will say that you need to put your information
Yeah,
like date of birth and password,
yeah, of course. That's really important
and
not to
they don't
click.
they
Yeah.
don't have they don't have so they use their parents
Oh, so
parents password.
yeah, of course. So that's really important. So first of all, we click on a link, not at. So we click on. So of course that's really, really important. So when you get a link from a stranger, a person who you don't know, avoid clicking on the link. Don't accept. Of course, as you said, sometimes, they send something that we like. For example, games links for children because they like. And okay, they click on the link and some virus is installed on your system or installed on your system, and of course it doesn't work anymore and hackers can attack your system and computer. Wow. Okay. And now, so we're
Listen
gonna,
to
yes,
this
dear.
part about protecting your identity online. Click your answer to exercise 1.
Okay, so let's listen to a podcast about protecting your identity online and check your answers to exercise 1. So, of course, we talked about what are the risks, and now we're gonna, okay, so which one? So, of course, we started this one, okay, and we're gonna choose the correct option. So, which one is correct? Okay, Kema, are you listening to me?
That's so loud.
Yeah. They're so loud. Okay, so do you want to ask them not to speak loudly so that you can listen, you can hear me, you can listen?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So.
Trời ơi, nhà này của chị của Duyên chứ không phải của chị đâu à.
Dì Sáu nó nhỏ rồi, dì Sáu con còn học nữa.
Cái áo đó của em.
Okay. Ready? Do you want?
That is okay now.
Okay, very good. Okay, Keva, we just read some actually maybe information about risk of using social media and the internet. And now we're gonna know which one is correct. Okay, so let's listen and check. Just, okay, Keva is requesting remote control. Okay, you want it. Okay, I approve. So let me, okay, wait, 1, 2, just let me check the number of 1, 2.
Unit 1, page 11, exercises 2 and 3.
Today in the studio, I have with me George Wilkinson, who's an expert on internet security. So, George, is identity theft really a problem for under 18s?
Yes, and it's something that 76% of teenagers actually worry about.
So, are people getting better at protecting their identity?
Not really, but it isn't all that difficult. For example, 23% of people say that they've shared passwords with a friend. That's one example of what I call careless sharing. Another example is when people use their full names online. That's not all. 48% of young
Here,
people...
listen, okay. So here, as you can see, we have options and you're gonna choose the correct one, 10% or 23%, okay? So you need to look at the book and listen. Ready? Again? Because after that, oh, why? What happened to you? What's wrong? Okay, it's too noisy so that you can't hear me. You can focus.
Cái bình thủy đó nước nóng thì sao?
Nước nóng á.
Lấy nước ấm ấm thôi. Lấy nước nóng rồi lên chè,
Okay,
lấy nước
we can wait a few seconds.
Không có nước nào mà.
Okay.
Cái nước ấm chè đó, cái bình đó, cái bình nghe tay chị đó. Lấy nước sôi vô bình đó. Trời ơi, bắt nước chứ bắt không đi. Bắt nước đi, lấy nước ấm để rồi từ từ đi rồi lấy gì không gì đâu.
Từ từ
nhiều nước sôi thì tôi má đi.
Okay, is it okay now?
Yeah, that's okay now.
Okay, very good. So listen and look at the book and try to find the correct answer. For example, which number, which figure, 10 or 23? So listen again.
Unit 1,
22.
page 11, exercises 2 and 3.
Today in the studio, I have with me George Wilkinson, who's an expert on internet security. So, George, is identity theft really a problem for under 18s?
Yes, and it's something that 76% of teenagers actually worry about.
So, are people getting better at protecting their identity?
Not really, but it isn't all that difficult. For example, 23% of people say that they've shared passwords with a friend. That's one example of what I call careless sharing. Another example is when people use their full names online. That's not all. 48% of young people also post the name of their school. Why put this information online? We need to take care with what we share.
That's great advice, George. What about passwords?
The first rule is not to make them obvious. You wouldn't believe the most common passwords out there.
Really? Can you give us some examples?
The most common is probably the word password. Some people use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a lot of people use their own names. If you use a basic password with 5 letters, a hacker can usually decode it in 10 minutes. What you need is a password with at least 8 characters. You need to include a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Make sure you update your passwords frequently and use different passwords for different websites.
But honestly, George, it isn't easy to remember so many different passwords.
That's true. Fortunately, you can now get apps that remember and manage your passwords for you. Some of these apps are free.
Thanks, George. That's another great piece of advice. What about those Wi-Fi hotspots in cafes and shopping malls? Are they secure?
Ah, we all love free Wi-Fi, don't we? Well, so do hackers. I'm afraid 89% of public Wi-Fi hotspots are not secure. Beware of using them.
89%? Wow, that's worrying.
Fortunately, most of the time, no one accesses your data. But hackers do love unsecured networks. It's very easy for a hacker to create a hotspot with the name of the cafe, for example. Then, when you log on to the hacker's network instead of the official Wi-Fi network, it's extremely easy for the hacker to steal information about you.
One more thing, George. We all know that when we receive strange emails, we shouldn't click on any of the links inside them. But just out of curiosity, what happens if you do?
Well, what you're talking about is called phishing. The email appears to be from your bank or some official source, and they ask you for personal information. They tell you to click on links that install spying software on your computer or phone so they can get more information from you. Fortunately, now only 10% of people actually click on these links.
So we definitely need to keep an eye open for messages with strange links. And whatever you do, don't open an email attachment.
Yes, be careful
I
what you
give
click on.
Yes,
It's
dear?
better to be.
Yes.
I give some answer for you at the chat box.
Okay, you typed your answers in chat box, so let me check the chat box.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
Number one is
okay, let me check. First 23. Okay, of course, the
23.
second one, because we have first. Okay, yeah, 23 is right. And after that, 48, of course, 89. It's okay, 10%. Great job. Smart girl. Very good. Oh, so let me do something in chat box for you because you, okay. It's too hard. Great job. Okay. Well, and now we're gonna listen. Okay. And answer the questions. How do young people feel? Okay, so now here what you need to do. You need to write some keywords, Keva, the words that help you answer these questions. You don't have time to write the whole answer, so just write some words that help you to answer these questions. Okay, ready? That's really important to pay attention to the keywords. How do young people feel about theft? How many examples? Careless sharing. Okay, what? Kiva, what are you doing? It was me erase it. Don't. Oh. Okay. What did you do? Okay. Careless sharing. Careless means not careful. When you share your information carelessly and you are not careful about your information, personal information. And okay, what are the characteristic of good password? It means what does it should be? And what kind?
Could be less 8.
Maybe, of course. Last letters?
Because then here, because if we use 5 password, the hacker it's easy for a
Yeah,
hacker.
hackers, of course. So,
They spend 10 minutes to do it.
yeah, of course, of course. So let's do,
So they said
yeah,
to have the password less 8.
yeah, of course, of course. Just Keva, only about 6 minutes is left. After that, you need to join again, okay?
No.
Yeah, join again, because time is limited and this platform and Zoom, so we need to join 2 times because, it's Zoom. So, after
Why the
that,
time?
join again.
Why the time doesn't enough for me to study you?
It's not enough. 1 hour is not, but we study 3 hours a week. It's not enough.
Not enough.
Oh, of course.
Today is just 8:38. Why they don't give it 1 hour?
Extra because I want, but I have another student who is waiting for me after your class. So how about her? Because she likes to study, same as you. So, but we can do something. Okay, we have lots of time, plenty of time now. Oh, we have 25 minutes. 25
Oh yeah.
minutes. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, let's listen again. Okay? Answer the questions. Let's see who can find the answer more quickly. Okay? It's a game.
I will be the first person.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I will be the first one. Let's see who can win. Let's get started. Yes.
Unit 1, page 11. Exercises 2 and 3.
Today in the studio, I have with me George Wilkinson, who's an expert on internet security. So, George, is identity theft really a problem for under 18s?
Yes, and it's something that 76% of teenagers actually worry about.
So, are people getting better at protecting their identity?
Not really, but it isn't all that difficult. For example, 23% of people say that they've shared passwords with a friend. That's one example of what I call careless sharing. Another example is when people use their full names online. That's not all. 48% of young people also post the name of their school. Why put this information online? We need to take care with what we share.
That's great advice, George. What about passwords?
The first rule is not to make them obvious. You wouldn't believe the most common passwords out there.
Really? Can you give us some examples?
The most common is probably the word password. Some people use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a lot of people use their own names. If you use a basic password with 5 letters, a hacker can usually decode it in 10 minutes. What you need is a password with at least 8 characters. You need to include a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Make sure you update your passwords frequently and use different passwords for different websites.
But honestly, George, it isn't easy to remember so many different passwords.
That's true. Fortunately, you can now get apps that remember and manage your passwords for you. Some of these apps are free.
Thanks, George. That's another great piece of advice. What about those Wi-Fi hotspots in cafes and shopping malls? Are they secure?
Ah, we all love free Wi-Fi, don't we? Well, so do hackers. I'm afraid 89% of public Wi-Fi hotspots are not secure. Beware of using them.
89%? Wow, that's worrying.
Fortunately, most of the time, no one accesses your data. But hackers do love unsecured networks. It's very easy for a hacker to create a hotspot with the name of the cafe, for example. Then, when you log on to the hacker's network instead of the official Wi-Fi network, it's extremely easy for the hacker to steal information about you.
One more thing, George. We all know that when we receive strange emails, we shouldn't click on any of the links inside them. But just out of curiosity, what happens if you do?
Well, what you're talking about is called phishing. The email appears to be from your bank or some official source, and they ask you for personal information. They tell you